Hello, and welcome to another terrifying episode of Cult Film Review, the podcast where we discuss the films you love but no one else gets and see if they still hold up. Tonight, on our final Halloween episode, we discuss the true story of a tragedy that fell upon Briarville, Missouri in 1991, the night that Ernest P. World was scared stupid. Now let's start the show. You know what I mean, Vern?
Your Hollywood system stole our sex and co-opted our violence, so there's nothing left for our kinds of movies.
I did not hit her. It's not true.
Klopex? Klopex. Klopex.
Up yours, baby.
Me and Bubba, my little brother, listen to you every night.
Where in the hell are we?
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
All right, guys, thanks for joining us on our final Halloween episode. You are actually 4 days away from Halloween by the time you're listening to this, or maybe not. I don't know.
Maybe it is Halloween.
I hate saying the time thing with podcasts is so hard to gauge, but whatever. But thank you for downloading, number one. And please subscribe. It helps us out so much. Leave us a rating also. Like I said, it helps us climb the charts, and the more we climb the charts, the more people could see us. The more people could see us, the more we have opportunities to bring you a better show. So please do that for us. It really helps us out. Do it for yourself, too, because then the show just automatically downloads to your phone or whatever you listen to us on, and you don't have to go look for it.
I like that you said we're climbing the charts. I feel like a Casey Kasem or something. These kids are climbing the charts today.
That's the creepiest. that is the creepiest Casey Kasem I've ever heard.
That's
These kids are climbing the charts.
That's how Casey Kasem talked, didn't he?
No,
he wasn't.
No, he's these. No, that was
no. You're wrong.
These no.
No, I think you're.
Like because he did Shaggy, so it's close to Shaggy.
No, it's nothing like Shaggy.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, Casey Kasem was just like, I think he was like, hey,
you sound like Richard. You sound like Richard Nixon.
He sounds like Richard Nixon mixed with Jack
Richard
Nicholson.
Nixon. Anyways, let's continue.
Anyways, we're here to talk tonight about Ernest Scared Stupid. It was directed by John Oh, you know what? Hello, everybody here.
Hi.
I forgot about you guys.
What's up?
Hey, how's it going? I got Kyle Smith with me.
How's it going?
Chris Wellenbrecht.
Hello.
And Michael Salustio.
Hi, everyone.
And we are here to talk about Ernest Scared Stupid. This is our final Halloween episode. Is everybody sad about that this is our final one?
I'm sad.
I am.
I like Halloween.
I always vote for one more, like a fifth.
Yeah.
I mean,
there should be a fifth one.
At the time that we're actually recording this, though, it's not even Halloween yet.
No, but to the people, it's close right now.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm actually literally talking about my future self right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to be sad when this airs.
Yes.
But then I'll be like,
but when this airs, you'll still have 4 days to
Get pumped.
get pumped.
Yeah.
And then you can be sad.
Then I can be sad.
Yeah.
Then
All
I
right.
can be sad.
So this movie is directed by John Cherry, who directed pretty much all of the Ernest films and commercials. This movie came out in 1991. It had a budget of it made $14 million. We don't know what the budget is. Made $14 million. It was filmed in Nashville, Tennessee, and it has a rating of PG. It's PG.
Man, parental guidance
wow.
suggested.
Rating of parental guidance.
That's interesting.
It has a 17% on Rotten Tomatoes,
That
which
bump-
is surprisingly low to me.
Yeah, to me too.
How
I was
does it-
surprised.
do we know how the other Ernest films compare?
They're
on
all
Rotten Tomatoes?
they're all certified fresh.
Really?
No, I made that up. Definitely made that up. So if you don't know what this movie is about, basically Ernest unleashes an ugly troll that plots to transform children into wooden dolls in the town of Briarville, Missouri. This is Chris's pick, and I want to know, Chris, why did you pick Ernest Scared Stupid for the final Halloween episode, too? This is a very heavy, big night.
I picked this movie because I would say it's probably mostly nostalgic reasons. It is a movie that takes place on Halloween, and I grew up watching Ernest, and I found that it's either you love Ernest or you really don't love Ernest. But the Halloween one, I feel like that it always comes up around Halloween time. I would actually put it in a category like with a Hocus Pocus and maybe an Addams Family Values. You know what I mean? It kind of the family horror comedy. So I wanted to re-explore it and see if it held up.
So I would agree with you in that it's the family horror comedy genre. But let me ask you this, Kyle, and it's kind of the same thing. Do you think that with the movies that he just named, Hocus Pocus and Addams Family. Is this held in the same regard, do you think? Or do you think this is looked at as a lesser movie during the holiday times? Because I don't know if this is one I hear people go like, yeah, dude, I get to watch, like, Halloween gets me pumped. I get to watch, Nightmare on Elm Street, Hellraiser, Hocus Pocus, and
I get pumped. I usually try to watch this each Halloween season because it's nostalgic for me from being as a kid. If I was going to compare them to Hocus Pocus and Addams Family Values, now definitely, at least from what I can tell, there's definitely a lower fandom about it. But here's the question: I mean, is this still showing up on ABC's? Is this on ABC's?
No, I don't think so. I don't think it's on. No, I don't think it's on any of that stuff.
No.
Well, that's
probably why.
That's my question too. Did this movie hurt itself? I guess in the pop culture world. That's what I'm saying. Like Addams Family Values and Hocus Pocus are bigger pop culture movies in my opinion, in my humble opinion.
Yeah, after the fact, but you gotta remember this movie already had like a built-in fan base before it came out because there was people who were already fans.
But
of
I
Ernest
don't think
stuff.
I don't think that this movie has aged as well as those movies as far as gaining fans. Like Hocus Pocus is gaining fans each and every year and is becoming a bigger thing.
Which is because Hocus Pocus is always every year is replaying on TV like 5 times.
The reason that this one wouldn't is because it's too scary. Because that was one of the complaints about this movie when it came out, is that it was a kids movie that was too scary.
Really? I
Yeah.
don't remember really hearing that it was too scary.
No, that's what. Yeah.
Oh.
It made me cry in my bed, Chris.
Well, that made you cry.
I mean, it definitely. I mean, especially if I'm going to compare it to Addams Family and Hocus Pocus, this movie definitely has a creepier element to it. The monster design is pretty grotesque looking for the main troll.
Well, not only that, it's kind of like stealing souls, and he is a demonic troll,
and he is turning kids in. He is basically, he's like kind of killing kids. So
and the end scene, like
no, they're not dead.
At the end scene, as a kid, it looks like those adults are being fucking murdered. As a kid, you would see that as like these trolls are killing these parents.
The cops getting shot at with bullets from a troll's mouth. I mean, it's pretty intense.
So I mean, it was definitely it's definitely a scarier film for kids. Do you think that that's maybe why? Because it's not getting TV play. It's not getting the TV play. And this is a Disney film. It's released by Touchstone.
I mean, like, I'm thinking about Hocus Pocus now, and you're saying that's too scary or too intense, but...
No, I'm not saying Hocus Pocus is.
No, that's what I'm saying. You're saying Ernest is, but Hocus Pocus has witches getting burned up in an oven. I mean, like, it's kind, you know what I mean? It still has its sense of violence.
Yeah, but it didn't feel as dire when they were getting killed, or the kids I think we discussed this when we talked about Hocus Pocus, and me and Mike kind of touched on this, but I never once felt like any of the kids were in any legit threat at all during Hocus Pocus.
No.
And in this one, like, there's kids that are actually dying, basically. They're getting turned into wood dolls, but their souls are definitely gone. They're just, you know what I mean? Like, so there's a more real thing that's happening.
Plus, I'll say this about Hocus Pocus. Let me put it this way for you. If you were in that scene where the little girl in Ernest Scared Stupid is in her bed and she turns over and she sees the troll, and that was Sarah Jessica Parker in there, you're not going to be that scared. You know what I mean? Like, that when you turn around, there's that snot face.
I got to say, man, the generational difference between kids in this generation that watch this and my generation, you guys are pussies. I hate to say that, but it's true. Like, I can't believe that you're saying that this movie is even remotely scary. Like, this movie would be, like, this movie, to me, like, the troll came off to me not as scary or even grotesque for that matter, but a cartoon, just a big, giant cartoon. Even as a kid, I wasn't scared of this film. I mean, yes, I was 11, 12 probably, but...
Keep in mind, when you were like 5 or 6, like Jim Henson type films and films that deal with that kind of same costuming design, you were more desensitized to when we were growing up. Like, that wasn't as...
Kermit never had an axe.
I'm not saying that at all.
No, that's what I'm explaining probably why you didn't think it was creepy, because you had already seen it before.
I think it's the tone of the film. The tone of all the films that I watched when I was a kid, like Dark Crystal and stuff like that, they were dark. Like, dark, scary dark. Like, I remember when we did Return to Oz, you guys were like, this movie ain't scary, but there's no way that you can compare Return to Oz and Ernest Scared Stupid and even remotely say that...
Disagree.
Yeah.
Ernest is scarier in any facet.
Hold on.
Return to Oz wasn't
Not
scary
true.
even in the slightest.
Listen, there was not one person that ran through a fence like they were goddamn unstoppable Goldberg.
What are you talking about?
Dude, when the troll's chasing after Kenny,
Yeah,
and
he
he's
fucking
using the
bolts
girl's
it.
voice, and he's like, "I'm right behind you," and Kenny leaps over that fence so goddamn slow,
Yeah.
and gets up and runs like there's nothing behind him, and it cuts to the troll running 176 miles an hour. And just plows through the fence, and he's like, "I'm gonna get you, Kenny!" Like,
It's true.
That is
You're right.
terrifying.
You're right. There were moments where I
That's-
was like, "That's pretty aggressive." Like this troll's really going
I don't
for
know.
it.
That's Looney Tunes compared to what I think a woman who takes decapitated heads that come to life.
Yeah, but they didn't look
It
decapitated.
wasn't gruesome though.
Yeah,
They were off bodies, weren't they?
Yeah, but it wasn't
maybe,
like
but
those-
I didn't see the body.
There actually was blood in this. I was kind of waiting for it because it seemed pretty innocent. Oh, they get killed with milk. A tornado revolves around them and they disappear into thin air. But like the end one, there actually was like a bloody body of a dead troll, right?
Yeah. It panned down, and you saw like this soupy mess, and there was like they looked like a part of a vertebrae sticking up, and I'm
Yeah.
like, oh,
this is when it ate the film because they were taking pictures of
Right.
to sell to the Inquirer.
That's right.
that?
Yeah.
That's when he shot him with the milk?
Yeah. Mike,
Oh.
that ain't gangster.
No, that's not. That wasn't that the unconditional love scene. Wasn't that the final?
no,
No.
the very first troll that gets killed with the milk was the one that's shooting at Kenny's dad, and that's the one it pans down.
Yep.
To
Yep.
the
You're
soupy
right.
mess,
You're right.
and
You're
yeah,
right.
there's like obviously bone and some like blood there, and it's
Gristle.
Like, oh, wow. Yeah, some gristle.
It is PG.
That's pretty. Yeah. See, they pushed the envelope there.
Ernest always pushing the
He
envelope.
is.
Goes to jail.
You get-
Says some really deep stuff.
Yep.
No, so you didn't. I mean, you really don't think that this movie could be frightening to a child? Because I'll tell you right now.
I guess it's to like a 4-year-old.
No, that's the thing. I watched this with Eben, and he's just like monsters. Like he was not even.
That's what I'm
sweating
saying.
it.
Probably because it's not scary.
And I'm like, this movie
The
scared
kid's
the
tougher
crap.
than you.
Yeah.
You,
No, it's
you
true.
raised a good one.
It's true. I was watching him watch it because I was like, oh, he's gonna be so scared, and I like watching him get scared. And no, he watched it. I mean, he was enthralled with it the whole time.
Yeah.
But he was just like, meh.
I really think it boils down to the tone that changed.
Mhm.
Like right after the 80s, I feel like things got like happy.
Yeah.
Everything was happy. I mean, he kills it. He kills it with a hug, guys.
Yeah, I know. Unconditional love.
Yeah,
I didn't call it. I didn't think it was a hug. I thought they were dancing.
yeah.
They
That
were
was
dancing.
that was definitely a two-step.
Yeah.
You know what? Let's take a break, and when we come back, we'll talk more about Ernest Scared Stupid.
It was a dark night in Lower Botswana. Giant boola boola flies droned in the still air. Then it came, the screeching war cry of the Ottoman horde. Ah! We're the Ottoman, and you're not. You're in a world of it now, pal.
Oh my, I'm afraid. Sure, I'm scared. Everybody in Botswana is scared. It looks like curtains.
This place is just screaming for Drake.
Don't worry about the Ottomans. They're just wusses. They're all talk.
I knew an Ottoman Eagle Scout. He got a merit badge in wholesale slaughter.
Mike, do you think that Ernest Scared Stupid is a cult film?
Yeah, I think it's a cult film. I do because you're talking about. I mean, the whole Ernest brand, it started off as like a marketing thing, and it was in commercials, and it got really, really popular with kids. And then from there, it went on to have a show, I think, on Nickelodeon. I'm not sure, or something. And then from there, the movies were relatively successful. They made how many? 7, 8? How many of these things did they
Oh
make?
my God, no, there's more than that probably.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's definitely a fan base that existed, and that fan base still is alive today. It has to be still around. I mean, I'm with 3 of them right now. I'm guessing based on how you guys are talking about this film. You grew up with Ernest, right?
Yep.
So this is the cult right here.
Yeah.
3 out of 4 cult film review members are part of it.
Do you think that like that this kind of thing that happened, like his path of being a being a commercial and then getting a film and then kind of like building almost like an iconic brand off of this? Do you think that's kind of dead for maybe commercial? Like, you're not going to see the Verizon guy get a kids movie.
Well, they did it with, what was it, the Geico?
Flo? Flo ain't gonna get one.
No, Flo didn't. But what about the? Didn't they do it with the cavemen, the Geico cavemen, or something like that?
They got a show.
They did get it. They did
They got
get
a show.
and it was terrible.
It was canceled, I think. In the
I know it
first
was real
episode.
quick. I mean, they
so it
definitely
wasn't even a lasting thing.
They definitely tried it. I'm trying to think if that's the last one though.
I think so. I can't think of too many like marketing brands.
No.
Like, because back in the day,
think so,
you had
yeah.
like cool.
But that was relatively
like
close.
Cool Spot. Cheeto Man had a fucking video game. You know, he's still in commercials now, but like, yeah, he had video game. I had a Cheeto Man skateboard when I was a kid.
7
growing
Up
up
had a video game too.
Yeah, for Cool Spot.
Cool
Yeah.
Spot. The Noid, remember the Noid? He was like
Yeah,
Domino's
Noid,
guy.
Yep.
Yo, Noid.
All that.
Yeah, that doesn't happen nowadays.
No,
I feel
it's
like
very weird. Flo needs her own video game.
What would it be?
I don't know. She's just saving people insurance.
Yeah, she just runs around
saving
and
people on
like-
insurance.
She's a superhero. She has to save people from getting hurt. That's her superpower, so that they don't use their insurance.
You think that's it?
That's a terrible game. That sounds so boring.
No, it'll be cool. She's a superhero.
See,
See, I said superhero. Now you want to play it.
It's super, Kyle.
I'll tell you this. I have I will say it's a cult film, but I worry about this film.
Yeah.
I worry about a lot of Ernest films and not making it in the next. I just see the audience dying off slowly on Ernest films.
I feel like it's the same as with Pauly Shore films. Like,
well, that's just blasphemy what you just said right there.
You don't say that,
You
Dakota.
don't say that.
no. But do you think that people outside of your generation are going to be like Pauly Shore films?
No, never.
Right.
No. They'll be like, what the hell is
once this generation dies off, Pauly Shore is done, and I think Ernest, like, he's on that level too right now. Like, once everybody kind of,
Which breaks my heart because Jim plays this character. I knew him on a first name basis before he passed.
Uncle Jim. Yeah.
Uncle Jim.
No, the way he plays this character, man, he puts his all into this character. It's like
He's
Jim
a great
Varney's a good
character
actor.
actor.
No, he is, and you see him give like. To me, I always felt like with this character, it's so believable because he gives 110% of this. Like you feel like he is this person. Like he invented this. He brought it from like it was his idea. I feel like with this with John Cherry to bring this thing from its infancy all the way up to where it got, which was the movie franchise.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like so you see that passion.
Well, I think Jim Varney is probably just the biggest reason why that even happened. You know, I mean, maybe they write together, but it is his character that really carried the franchise.
Yeah.
But do you feel like that Ernest may go off into obscurity?
I don't know. I guess it depends if our generation that grew up with it and love it pass it on to our kids. You know, if we show our kids this at a young age, will they have the same impression of it as we did?
I think it'll still exist. Like the Partridge Family still exists. You know, like it's still it, but you ain't watching it. That generation, our generation ain't. We're not watching it. Yeah,
that's true. I don't watch the Partridge
So I think
Family.
that's what's going to probably happen. Is people are going to be like, "Oh yeah, that guy Ernest. Yeah, I remember. I guess he was really popular in like the 80s."
Did they
90s?
have zombies in the Partridge Family? I may have seen it then.
I think it was. There's a new one coming out.
Do you think Ernest Scared Stupid? Anyone can answer this one. This is free for all. Do you think Ernest Scared Stupid stands out more than any of his other movies?
I think I do like him, like the one where he goes to prison, still a little bit more.
Chris, do you think this one stands out more than the others?
Well, for me, I mean, I would say for me, just because I like the horror element of it, but it does stand out for me, and I think maybe it could stand out for a lot of other people too, because Halloween is like, it's not a technical holiday, but a lot of people look at it as a holiday or an event.
That's a holiday. How dare you?
And this film like matches up with it, so it kind of, you know, I think people see it once a year pop up somewhere in their life.
Yeah.
What about you, Mike? As the probably the most, as the biggest Ernest fan here, Mike, which do you think that this stands out more than the others?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I've probably seen every single one of these Ernest movies, but
you've seen more of them than I have.
I love that he's seen them all and he just despises every one of them.
Like hate watches them.
Yeah.
I spent so much of my life trying to, like, you know, Clockwork Orange, erase them from my brain. I don't know why I used to watch them as a kid. I think they were just something that was always on HBO. And when I was young, it was just like, oh, Ernest is on. I guess I'll watch this because I know I've seen Jail. I know I've seen,
Mike's just fronting right now.
Ernest
like,
goes to the museum.
You know when he was a kid,
Ernest
when
goes
he
to
was a
the
kid, he
museum.
had like Ernest's vest on. He'd be watching this shit.
Honestly, I really do remember Ernest, me being more or less indifferent about Ernest. Like, I don't know why everybody likes this, but I guess I'll watch this.
I've only ever seen The Jail and The Halloween. I've never seen any of the other ones.
Ernest Saves Christmas. You've never seen that one either?
Nope.
I think that's even a great one.
Yeah.
Ernest Saves Christmas is one of probably the second best one.
I wonder what the first best is.
I don't know. It's a toss up between this one and Camp. I'm not really sure. Probably this one.
Oh, really?
over Camp.
Jail doesn't get...
No, Jail's like third best.
See how they all have best in
Yeah, that means they're all good.
No, so then let me ask you this, Mike. Is Ernest a love him or hate him kind of character?
What do you mean?
What I mean by that is so
I feel like he said exactly what he meant. Is Ernest a love him or hate him kind of a character?
He just said it weird, so it did.
Yeah.
Did I?
Like, do I like the character?
No.
As an audience
in
member?
general.
Do you feel like he's a
feel
love or hate, like love him or hate him kind of?
See, that's why I gotta have you guys on the show to explain me.
You mean okay? I gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. I don't. No, I remember all the kids loved Ernest that I remember.
Yeah.
Like,
So-
I don't remember a lot of kids like, I fucking stand Ernest.
Yeah.
I can't remember that really
See,
happening.
And I kind of think that he is, because this is why I think that there's that dying out, like why it's getting like a smaller and smaller following. I wish this one was blowing up, but I just don't feel the passion for it. I know it sounds weird.
I don't think that's why. I think it's just dying out because he's not like... It's not relevant
No,
anymore.
I think
Whereas Hocus Pocus,
Halloween
like we said...
is irrelevant.
yeah, but when we talk about Hocus Pocus, it has a, like, fucking guaranteed slot on ABC's fucking thing of Halloween, and that's how these 80s...
But it didn't start out that way.
no.
What?
Hocus Pocus did not start out that way.
I thought when we did the show, we said that it's been on it since they started doing that. Hocus Pocus has been part of that.
I don't know. I don't listen to our shows.
No. Hocus Pocus started off as a flop, and then Disney kept. See, and that's the difference between this too. What we're forgetting is that Hocus Pocus is owned by Disney, and Disney makes goddamn sure they show
This
it every
is a
Halloween.
Disney
This is a
movie.
Disney movie.
This
Well,
is a-
why don't they? Then why aren't they picking this one? This is a
Because
Disney
it's
movie.
too scary. Yeah, it's Touchstone. It's Touchstone.
Wait,
Don't
is that
know.
the same as Disney?
Disney owns Touchstone, yeah.
That's weird. Well, throw that theory out
But it
the
does
window.
feel like it does feel like a Disney movie to me, just like a little bit of a
It definitely feels like a made-for-TV movie.
This kind of feels more like, okay, in terms of the comedy of this feels like a Three Ninjas Kick Back movie. Like those really dumb...
It's a great film. Good, thanks.
Like those really, like kids can do whatever adults can do, and they can do it on bikes and
Well,
on
that's what all kids imagine. Anyways, I'm going to go back to the love him or hate him character thing, because I was going to say that he is. The thing with Ernest is, and I think this is your ultimate problem with the character itself, is you either are 100% in, or you're going to go, this character's fucking stupid.
I don't
It's
think
one-
he's stupid.
It's one or the other.
I don't think the character's stupid.
No, because he lives in such a weird world that you either have to accept that there's, like, Ernest lives by special rules in a way. You know what I mean? Like, people just accept things.
Like he's impervious to damage.
Yeah.
Like he's a secret mutant.
Yeah.
That has powers and no one you can't see it off screen.
Yeah.
He should have died. That bear trap should have killed him.
There's a lot of things that should have killed him in this movie.
No, it shot him up like a spring.
But you.
Oh, I thought it's like snapped him in half and he just like
No, he got
bounced off
fired
it.
through the air. You didn't hear the
Oh, I
telltale
didn't get
sign
it.
in an Ernest film that he's flying somewhere.
Anyways, there's those unbelievable elements in his movie that you either have to just accept or you'll go, well, that's stupid. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But if you accept it, I think that's where the beauty of the comedy comes into it, because then you go, okay, there's different rules in an Ernest world.
Yeah, it's kind of a fantasy world. Like it's
Kinda. There's fucking trolls running around.
I mean, if you and imagine if you took this as a real life thing, then you're talking about a character who has multiple personalities that can change costumes like immediately, or this is all happening in his head.
It's probably in his head mostly.
In which case, this got real dark.
Well,
now this movie is scary.
They made several jokes in this one about his split personality. The kid said,
Yeah,
kid
he
even
does.
says like, "Oh, it was thanks all of you, basically for saving them." And then he says like, "I'm dealing with somebody who has multiple
I
personalities."
have to fight trolls with somebody who has split personality.
It's such a weird scene too because I don't understand the physics of it.
Which one?
That scene where he's flipping through the characters.
It's just an Ernest thing.
It's an Ernest
like,
movie.
No,
it's just accepted
I know
as
that
like
it
a-
is. I know that it is. But if you think about it in terms of like how is this happening in real time,
Right.
Yeah.
you're like,
Maybe you can
That's what I'm-
maybe you can make
It's like a cartoon.
But that's exactly
Yeah,
what
I
I
mean,
was
it
just
definitely
saying.
is.
Like that's why he is. It's like you either accept that shit can happen in the Ernest world, or you're gonna go, that's just fucking stupid. You're gonna overthink and go, that's fucking stupid.
But those are the best parts. For me,
No,
that
those
was
are
the best part of the movie.
No, because they're hilarious when he starts
Yeah.
playing the characters. He has the best lines in
Oh,
there.
my God.
14 cans Troll Away spray, $19.95 a piece. 2 Bolivian Army slingshots, $9.95 each. Day-Glow Troll waders, $119.50. Oh, Troll Ninja Nimchucks, $9.95. Slime-proof Troll gloves, $49.95. Chopped Troll bait, $3 a pound, 50 pounds. 14 no troll strips, only $9.95 each, and 1 trolling motor, $79.95, for a grand total of $1,749.98.
Plus tax.
Plus tax.
Does that include the giant album with every troll love song ever written?
Do rattlesnakes kiss carefully?
Hey, can we just do something real quick too before we move on? Can we just give it up to them Murdoch boys?
Oh, yeah. Why?
Why are we giving up to the Murdoch boys?
'Cause
Yeah, they're a bunch of dicks.
What great casting! Did they get the 2 most butthole-ish looking kids that they could find?
Yeah, they did.
Them kids are butthole-ish looking, man. You hate them just looking at them.
Oh, my
He's
God.
got a sweet mullet.
Yeah.
That's how you know.
When he comes running up after he like that camera shot cracks me up. He like rips down their car, like he's just working hard to tear down that cardboard.
Oh, I know. When he runs to the camera,
Yeah, he runs to the camera.
He runs to hit that mark.
He does, man. He sprints.
Yeah.
Almost-
It looks so unnatural.
It does. It
It's
looks
like
really
he pushed
weird.
over and he's like, "Oh, my mark," and he fucking hurries over.
Yeah. But man, they look like they just stink. They look like they smell.
Yeah.
Nice.
They look
I feel
gross.
like Disney's good at picking the bullies, you know?
And the other one with that stupid bowl cut. You just wanted to slap each one of them.
Yeah.
They're great.
Everybody had a bowl cut in this
Yeah,
movie.
everyone
I had a bowl cut when I was a kid.
I did
Bowl
too.
cuts galore. It was.
too.
Canny had a bowl cut.
Canny.
That's how they swear. Every time I watch this movie, I hear it said like that because of South Park. Like his dad every time is like, "Where's Canny? Find Canny." He doesn't even have that accent, but that's how I hear it in my head every time I watch this movie.
Did it have something to do with their geographical location?
Geographical location.
I am from this year.
But you know what did have to do with their geographical location? That fucking extra in the background tugging on a brown bag of fucking vodka.
All right, so I want to talk about some of the gadgets. Does anyone have a favorite gadget that they had in the movie? Because Ernest movies are kind of famous for having gadgets in them.
That cannon was pretty cool. I
The
liked
dog
how,
food cannon?
Yeah, well, or yogurt cannon. Like apparently, it could shoot any
Food.
any canned or container- prepackaged
Prepackaged food cannon.
and then spit said package on the ground like it's a shell.
Yeah.
which I thought was really cool.
Yeah.
That was kind
It was
of cool.
well designed.
Yeah.
As a kid, I loved that kind of inventiveness.
I did too. Because
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I'm going to go make this in my treehouse
Yeah, dude.
or whatever.
And then you couldn't.
What treehouse?
I had a fort in the desert.
I wanted I wanted a treehouse after seeing this
I wanted
movie.
this movie to be like more realistic. One of my favorite gadgets was the pizza throwing arm thing that was strapped to his back.
All I could think about was
How did
Teenage
they
Mutant
heat
Ninja Turtles.
All I thought about was how did they heat up that pizza?
Yeah.
I don't think it was heated up.
That was a disgusting looking pizza.
That was an old cold pizza.
And I also thought if it was heated up, because she acts like it's hot. She does act like it's hot. She's like, oh, it's coming this way. and then I thought if it was hot, how hilarious would it be if they like actually throw it on these kids and the sauce is like burning them? Oh my god!
I remember thinking that whole scene is so 92, like 91. Like, man, kids love pizza, man.
Yeah.
Like, let's put a pizza in
No,
there.
it's not.
Yep,
But you forget that this movie predicted drone strikes.
What?
Predicted
With the
drone
dropper?
strike.
Yeah, with the dropper. Did you not see that?
dropper?
Yeah, the
Yeah,
remote,
where they sent
the remote
in a-
control
a-
milk bomb.
Yeah, when they sent in
Oh,
a
wow.
drone to kill innocent trolls.
So true.
Innocent trolls. That's funny.
The trolls didn't kill anyone. They just were scaring people.
You know what I
They wanted to
you know what I
scare
want to
people
call
become
this
illegal.
film? What I think this film should be called instead of Ernest Scared Stupid. It should be called Ernest: The Dawn of Nilbog.
I was thinking when I was
yeah, good
watching, I
title.
was thinking
It seems
Troll-
like the
I was
beginning
thinking,
of it.
I was thinking Troll 3.
Yeah.
The Warren Report.
Yeah. Like, this
the
is how
title I
it
came up with.
started. It feels weird. It feels like a prequel to Troll 2. Like, this is how Nilbog came to be.
Yeah.
Some buffoon opened a tree.
That's why there's no milk in Nilbog.
Yeah.
Oh wait.
Oh, there is.
Oh my God.
There is some
there's so many
connection.
connections.
The fan theory.
I'm thinking maybe Ernest was inspired by Troll 2.
I'm wondering if this film was. They did take things from
This
Troll
fan
2.
theory just explode.
I hope it's true.
So I want to get into some of the acting a little bit here, and I just want to say the shining star of this movie is Eartha Kitt.
Yeah,
she's fantastic.
I liked her a lot.
I love her in this role.
She got some bad reviews though for her. Well, I don't know if it was bad reviews or if they were just like pissed that critics felt she got a bad role or something in
Why?
this film.
What did they say?
Like,
Just curious.
Like they underutilized her or
Maybe.
something.
Okay.
Like I mean I don't know if that's exactly what it was, but if that is what it is, I 100% disagree. I think she totally like owns that character.
Yeah. No, that character, I felt like, I mean, for as ridiculous and over the top as it was believable, and she was just strange. She was like the perfect amount of weird and strange to like counterpoint to Ernest.
And her voice is just so classic. I love her voice.
Well, she was basically, I felt like she was, Yzma from Emperor's New Groove.
Yeah.
She does like the exact same character.
Yeah.
In Emperor's New Groove. That is what this was.
I don't know why her character like is completely unhelpful to Ernest though. So here's the question. At the very end, he's like with the milk and stuff, and she's like, he doesn't understand that it's that love, unconditional love. At that point, I'm like literally like, why doesn't she just tell him then?
If she tells him, then it wouldn't be real.
It wouldn't be.
It wasn't real. All he did was hug it, get grossed out, and it
was
blew up.
real.
No, it wasn't. He
Mike.
didn't honestly love that thing.
My
why wasn't he
answer-
sad when it exploded?
My answer was actually to do with science.
Okay, tell me.
There's walls of fire that's very hard to yell through.
Yeah,
it's very hard to yell through.
Good
Walls.
point.
She already
Yeah.
knew that, so she's like, "I'm not even going to try. I'll tell the mayor. He's
Yeah.
louder than me." She was telling him everything at the end. Like
That's pretty funny.
he doesn't understand.
She was great though. She was great.
Oh, she's
it
so
is all
fantastic.
Jim Varney and Eartha Kitt. Everybody else in this is pretty atrocious.
No
Not
way,
true.
dude. No way.
The girl from Third Rock from the Sun's fantastic.
And Tom and Bobby are great characters.
So how cool are the special effects in this movie? Just the trolls in general.
I love it. I love them.
I like the main troll. The supporting army of trolls, I could take it or leave it.
See, I like the army of trolls. Like they're very different, and the cool thing is the trolls were all created from the guys who did Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Yeah.
And a lot of the trolls you can see the same kind of design.
They just took the makeup off.
Yeah, I didn't get it. Like these trolls, they popped out of the ground.
Yeah.
They haven't been. Well, they really haven't been around ever because the troll going back never got to raise the army.
Yeah.
And
Go ahead.
you know that they're wearing I assume like what is this, like a sash of bullets one of them had. They looked very punk rock.
So it's kind of like, so here's the thing though, they're demons. They can come up with like whatever, dude. Power of Satan.
But they needed do they need one kid's soul per troll?
I didn't find myself focusing that much on the other trolls. Like,
Really?
Yeah, not really. Like,
Dude, the one with nutsacks for ears was awesome.
Oh, really? I thought the main troll nose looked like a scrotum.
I thought they all had nut sacks for ears.
Yeah. Maybe that's what it is. These are all just a bunch of nutsack trolls.
Yeah, that's an interesting breed of troll you don't see
Yeah.
very often anymore.
The old nutsack.
Wasn't that in like the first book of D&D?
Yeah.
Nutsack trolls?
Nutsack trolls.
That definitely sounds like an add-on or a booster pack for
Yeah.
D&D.
It's a pre-order bonus.
The testatroll.
well, I think that's what made him look so scary, though. Like, even as a child,
They look like nutsacks.
yeah, like even as a child, unconsciously, you're like, that looks weird.
That looks
That
like a
looks like a
dick.
fucking ball sack. Like,
They are scary.
I wouldn't want to be attacked by that.
Well, one's got like one.
one's like got goo in its lips. And
They all got no. They all have
Fucking-
like runny noses, man. They all got colds. They didn't
Yeah.
You think these kids were memorable at all? Like, as like,
No,
No, Kenny's not my favorite.
I don't like
yeah.
Kenny.
I kind of
The
felt
girl
indifferent.
was like, she's just cannon fodder.
Well, and the weird thing is like there's a lot of like there's like what 2 random kids that just get snatched up.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
There's, like a kid on a skateboard. Is
Yeah.
just like
and then
troll
the
just
Native
runs up to us.
American dressed kid for Halloween.
Yeah, they just needed a couple extras.
Yeah.
You know?
Throw some extra kids in there for.
They had to complete the cycle.
Yeah.
Yeah. They wrote the script like, all right, troll needs 5 kids. Like, oh, we only put like 4 main kids in this, and we can't kill them all. How are we going to do this?
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Yep.
You call the production assistant, have her son come down, and
Okay,
get turned into a wooden doll.
Here's a question about the wooden doll thing. So can he only turn kids because he can turn a dog into a wooden thing, right?
I would imagine he can turn adults into.
I don't think he can turn it. He would be able
You
to
think
turn
he
anything.
needs the souls of
he
kids
needs the
more.
innocent soul of the children.
And he took the soul of the dog because he was like
he didn't even take that
irritated.
though.
But don't worry, it's not
He
even.
just- he didn't
it's
take
not
that.
dark, Mike.
He didn't take the soul of the dog.
He didn't take the soul of the dog.
No, because like he has to put the doll in the tree for the soul to be transferred into the trolls, and he just
he
did
was
that.
like,
He just
"Fuck
did that to
this.
fuck with Ernest. He's
I
like,
don't
hey,
need
guess
this."
what? Your best friend, he's made of wood.
Yeah, it's a power move.
Yeah, that's a
I
serious
can
power
do
move.
this to anyone.
Other effects that I really liked in this movie too were the seeds for the trolls. How they did the slime going in and out in different directions was pretty cool.
That was really cool, actually.
Yeah.
I was
pretty
impressed with that.
Yeah, I was,
Look at that.
Good. Samesies.
Yeah.
No, I was really impressed. I was like, I couldn't figure out how they did it because it looks really
Reverse camera photography.
good. Who knows, man? CGI.
No.
I don't think
Well, I
that
like
was the
the
case
fact
at all.
I like the fact that aside from like the ghostly souls and
I
apparitions,
even love that.
I like that, but that feels very like early Disney to me.
Yeah, it does.
You know,
I thought the same
yeah,
thing.
and but also the fact that like I mean, this was a time and an era when everything was pretty much done practical. Like that was the only computer animation,
I don't
if
even
you
think
will.
that was computer.
I know,
that looked
but-
like that was drawn right onto
Animation
the
cell.
Yeah,
animated right onto the cell.
Yeah, so it's like it's nice to I like these kinds of films like from the 90s, the early 90s, because they hadn't quite come into using computer technology, which makes things look not as fun to me.
It's great to fill in an effect with some computer effects, but when you base your entire effect on it.
So you're banking on like people wearing costumes and like creating this like big fantasy world. I mean, like basically the treehouse in that whole area is very fantasy, you know, and like you're really gonna go out and be able to build. How the fuck did they get the front of a car on that tree? You know,
They had an adult.
One adult. Yeah. Okay. So
And did you not see the pulley system they set up?
Yeah.
Obviously. Come on.
Ernest,
They
is
had
like
a drone.
MacGyver.
He's spoken like somebody who's never built a treehouse before.
Was it your first rodeo?
I wasn't hanging out with the right people then because I wish I had a
We
treehouse
put the
like that.
dude. We used to put the front of cars on everything.
Yeah.
Bikes,
Yeah.
dog houses.
On the
Not-
on the front of other cars.
It
Yeah.
used to be back in the days, if you watch a lot of 80s films, you can tell that they just let kids into junkyards whenever they wanted to go.
Yeah.
Like Explorers, whatever movie you want. You could just walk into a dump and pick up engines, whatever you want. Weapons.
Weapons?
But as a kid,
Sure.
didn't that used to make you so sad? It used to make me so sad. Like I can't. Like these kids make this awesome tree fort, and I can't even make a fort out of a cardboard box.
Yeah, and it feels like it only takes like half a day to do
Yeah.
it, you know?
because they do it in a
I
montage.
don't know about you. I made some pretty awesome like forts in the desert out of
Oh, here we go.
plants and trees and shit.
Tim the Toolman Taylor at
What are you talking
5.
about forts in the desert.
Yeah.
They're still standing out there.
Should
What'd
go
you make
check
them
it
out of?
They
Like
would-
plywood?
yeah, because there was always houses always under construction, so there's
Yeah.
always scrap wood all over the place.
That must have
There
been
was
hot.
I distinctly remember one time actually like taking my dad's like actual saw and like every shovel he had, and we actually like cut down a couple plants and moved them over, like, you know, to like make a wall around it. So
That's awesome.
Yeah, I never did that. Never had that opportunity.
So this made you sad that what, you didn't get to do this?
Yeah, well, no, because that's always like the fun of these movies too. I don't want to say sad, but as a kid, you always wish like, oh man, I wish I could build a fort like that, or I wish I could do this.
all these kid
And it's
adventure
like,
films.
and it's always that like it's like unreachable thing, but you think you could do it because
Yeah.
they kind of make
It's
it
like you
believable
thinking
for a
it's like
kid.
you thinking summer camp was kind of cool, and then hearing everyone's stories and thinking, oh,
I didn't have forefathers. I just had one father, and I didn't know him that well.
Too smart for you, huh?
Get away from me!
Let's rate it. What are we rating this?
Let's rate it cartons of milk.
all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll go with that.
Okay, let's start with. Oh, you know what? I'll go first. That's a rarity. Why not? I'm going to give this. I thought I was going to go higher, but I'm going to go with a 3.5. I really loved this movie as a kid, and it was bigger in my head as a kid. Rewatching it as an adult, you do get some problems with it. You have to go into the world. You have to believe the world of Ernest exists. Otherwise, like I said before, you're just not gonna. There will be things that bug you, like why is there a 40-year-old man hanging out with 3 young kids all the time, and why is this acceptable?
Because he's simple.
Yeah, exactly. And then why is that okay? And you start asking yourself questions like that, and then that ruins the movie for you. But so I don't know. But the effects are amazing. It's a really fun movie to watch with your kids. I had a really fun time watching it with my son. And it is a great Halloween movie. This is one that I think should have a bigger following. I hope it doesn't lose footing. 3.5 Miaks from me. Let's go with Kyle next.
Yeah, I'm gonna kind of echo a lot of what you said. This movie, I loved it as a kid growing up. Watching it again, yeah, I don't know, for some reason I felt like the first 20 minutes, 25 minutes, it was actually kind of boring. But it really does pick up steam at about the halfway point, and then 3/4 in, I feel like it's a fun adventure movie. There's something that's always happening. I don't feel like there's a lot of dead space at all. And I love the character of Ernest. I love all the characters that he plays. In addition, what's the old lady? Help me out, Chris.
Oh God, you put me on the spot now.
And
Auntie Nelda.
Auntie Nelda is fucking hilarious.
Agree.
But yeah, I'm gonna give it a 3. I think it's still a pretty good movie, and I think it's a good family film. I mean, probably not your first choice for a Halloween party, but check it out.
Okay, there you go. You have it from Kyle. All right, up next is Mike.
Okay, I'm going to give this movie a 1.5. I'm giving it a half because, actually, I should say I'm giving it a star because of Jim Varney. He created a memorable character. I can't deny that. Other than that, though, the last third of this movie is just a shitty Gremlins. That's all that this is. Where, like, the characters... the biggest joke in the third of this movie is they revel in the fact of how many different types of dairy they can find. Like, what the kid finds, it's like powdered milk. Another version of it.
I forgot about that. That's so funny.
I remember these being like... So, there's not much more to say. Yeah, I mean, I understand the appeal of the film. I understand for people who like the Ernest character. I get it. But it's not a good film, and it's not scary. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Next up is Chris.
I probably watched it last year, but didn't really pay close attention to it. As a kid, I really, really, really loved this film, and I thought the trolls were scary. I thought they were a scary design. It was a safe, fun movie to watch, and honestly, Ernest is a really stupid character, but sometimes, I do want that this is a popcorn film for me, probably. I can turn my brain off and just laugh at the dumbest shit ever, but also get the Halloween theme thrown in there and done pretty well, actually. The effects are good. The music's great. The camera work is solid. I mean, it does have a Disney feel to it. So, I'm giving it a 4, actually. I think this should be on everybody's Halloween list. Maybe not your first choice, if you're into the harder stuff, but if you want something that's just tune your brain out, and I think there is a part of it, though, where you have to already be invested in the character of Ernest to really appreciate it. If you think he's annoying, you're not going to want to sit through a whole Ernest movie. But if you like him, and you think some of his side characters are hilarious, you'll really enjoy this one. And I don't know. I don't know if this is the first one you should start with. Maybe you start with Christmas or Jail. But this should be in everybody's Halloween catalog.
All right, so that's our show for this week. You can follow us on social media at cultfilm_review on Instagram and Twitter. You can also follow us on Facebook. You can follow Kyle at...
You can follow me on Instagram at cultfilm_Kyle.
You can follow Chris at...
cultfilm_Chris on Instagram.
You can follow Mike
at Mike Salustio on Twitter.
And you can follow me at VHS Collect on Instagram. And I forgot to mention that we have a contest winner. So
we have a winner.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So I just want to say thank you for everybody who entered our contest on Instagram. If you didn't know, we ran a contest on Instagram where you just had to basically tag 3 friends in the comments below a video that was posted with all of the giveaways that we're giving. Pop figures, Blu-rays, movie posters. It was an epic giveaway for Halloween. I just want to say thank you to everybody who entered, but make sure you follow us on social media so you can enter these contests too. It's Runs with Scissors.
Runs with Scissors?
Yeah, with a Z.
Oh, yeah. Runs with a Z with Scissors with an S.
Yep. you are the winner of this epic giveaway. So please make sure you send us a message so we know that you listen to the show, that you know that you won. And if not, we'll move on to the next person. It's that easy.
It's that easy.
I'll just move on to the next one. All right? I don't play games.
Is there like a
somebody's gonna get these fucking
Is there like a clock? Should we set it like a
Is there-
timer? Like
Do we have a
if
big
you don't
clock?
answer us in 48 hours, it will move on.
Well, dude, no, I'll give you a whole week from when the
Why don't you
episode airs.
give them to Halloween? They have till Halloween to claim it.
Ooh,
October
that's
31st
good.
to claim your prize.
You don't claim it, next person in line.
Next person in line goes to them. All right? So thank you for entering, though. I know we're all just being assholes.
I hope they listen on November 1st.
No!
Just all pissed off at us.
Oh man.
It's like a new villain. But no, thank you for entering, everybody who did it. Please follow us on social media, like I said before. It's how you can win stuff. Also, just remember,
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
Yeah.
Thanks
I
for
know.
listening to our month of Halloween picks.
Yeah, no, for real. It's our favorite month to do.
And get excited for a month of Thanksgiving
Yeah,
picks.
let me. No, so you know what? Happy Halloween to everybody. I hope you guys have a really fun night and no clowns get you. For real, dude, I'm afraid of them clowns. And I just want to say, if you're gonna join a cult, make sure they watch good movies. We'll see you next time.